If you want to learn from podcasts, you need to capture notes in a way that's easy to do while you're listening. If you found this hard to do, then you should know about an app called Snipped. It enables you to easily take notes and summarize podcasts by using the power of AI. It's getting great reviews in the Apple App Store, but don't think it's only for Apple devices. You can also use it on an Android device. The way it works is that you click a button while listening to a podcast and create a snip that winds up being an AI generated summary of the part of the podcast you were listening to when you click the button. So let me show you how Snipped works on my iPhone screen with the various apps you see here down at the bottom right. This is where you'll see Snipped. All right, let me show you Snipped. It's down here bottom right. I'm going to open it up. It's going to open up to an episode of Deep Questions, which is Cal Newport's podcast. And this episode was called Minimalist Notes, episode 287. And the first thing to understand about Snipped is that it's, like every other podcast listening device, it's got features like, you can speed up and go at, 1.3 speed or 1 speed or whatever different speed you want up to 3. So I'm just going to leave it at 1, 1.1 there, and then get out of that. And you also have the 10-second rewind or the 30-second jump ahead if you want to jump past ads and things like that. Down here in this area is a list of the queued episodes I have overall, but the main thing that you are going to focus on is this big button that says Create Snipped, or this button here which says 27. So I could scroll up and show you that it's got transcript, it's got AI notes, it's got a list of the popular snips from this episode, kind of like popular Kindle notes. It's got the summary right here, which is the AI created summary, and then the show notes, which are the regular show notes that are created by Cal Newport. But let's go down here and click on this 27. So when I click on that, it's going to open up the 27 snips that I created when I listened to this. And each snip has a title, and then it shows where the time marker is. And then if you want to create a tag, which for this one I created productivity, you can start tagging things. So let's say if I click on this and open it up, what we're going to see is the tag, the summary, which is an AI generated summary. And then if I want to see the transcript, I can click on this down arrow. When I click on that, we can see the transcript around the area where I clicked the snip. So what it's going to do is it's going to capture the surrounding area and give you the transcript here. Now, I should say that for popular podcasts like Cal Newport's, these transcripts have been created. You can create your own transcript if you're listening to an episode of a podcast and that episode does not have a transcript. You get a certain amount of credits, and you can use those credits to create the transcript. Once you've created the transcript, then you'll be able to create these snips. And when you create the snips, as you can see, you get these headings which you can scroll through, and the headings alone are kind of a good way of reminding yourself of what it was about. But for any of these, if you say, well, like capture and organize information for project planning isn't what I want, if you click on these three buttons here, you can edit the name and change it to something else, but I'm not going to do that. Here and just say, really what you need to do to understand how to use this is to download it. You can get the free trial. I think I have a link for an extra 2 weeks so you get a month. Play with it for a month with one podcast episode, because what's going to happen is you can make snippets. You can make a lot of snippets. And what happened to me is when I was listening to this episode of All the Hacks with scaling yourself through delegation with Sam Corcoran, you can see 60 snippets. Now, what why would you want to take more? Well, you can always delete them, and I think it's better to take more than not. And the reason I wound up taking a lot was I was walking and using my headset, and you can triple click, I think is the shortcut, at least for most headsets, And I was just, as I was listening, triple clicking, which is nice so I don't have to have the app open. And when I did, I created all these different snippets. And a lot of them are pretty similar, like overcoming the stigma of delegating personal responsibilities and overcoming social pressure. Those are similar. And one's at the 1520 mark and one's at the 1550 mark. This one of hiring an assistant justifying the workload at 1705 is at the same place as maximizing productivity through delegation and assistance. So you'll learn that even though you think it's advanced and you're clicking on something, it kind of finds places where it grabs the snippet, and it may be the same snippet. So you can always just go in here and hit delete that snippet, or consolidate them or do whatever. But the bottom line is it makes it easy to capture the notes, and just by scrolling through here, you can pretty much figure out um, what you listen to and remind yourself what you listen to and what you want to drill into. And of course, you can drill in by going in and clicking on something and then looking at the summary, or then by looking at the transcript. So it's a really powerful tool. I highly recommend you check it out. And like I said, I'll put a link in there so you can get the 1 month free trial instead of just a 14-day free trial. And here is the barcode that you can use to get to the proper place, whether you have an iPhone or an Android. So you can download the Snipped app that you need and start unlocking the knowledge in podcasts. Now, if you want to learn more about how to use this app, I recommend you join my inner circle, because that's where we talk about using these apps and different things, and we compare notes and just learn from each other. So if you'd like to, just join my inner circle.